Welcome to the third episode of the top 10 G.I. Joe and Cobra figures. I want to keep saying vehicles. I don't know why. And today, the final episode, we're going to do the top 10 Cobra Allies with the 4 honorable mentions. Don't really have much to say except thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I want to get on to the top four honorable mentions. The first one, Metalhead. I love the Iron Grenadiers. I'm a fan of the Battle Force 2000, and I like the Iron Grenadiers. There, I said it. I know a lot of people don't like Battle Force 2000, but I thought they were cool. I like Metalhead because he wore rockets on him. He had a backpack that shot rockets, and he had leg launchers that shot missiles, basically. So they can't. How can you not like a figure like that? He's like Fast Draw in G.I. Joe. He's walking around wearing missiles or some kind of explosive. So I mean, it's kind of cool. The second is another Iron Grenadier, Annihilator. The figure sculpt is okay. The head I'm not really fond of, but I like the idea that he had a backpack that was a helicopter. And yes, they remade it. They reused it for when they came out with the modern version of Matt Tracker. That's the weapon. That's the vehicle he came. Instead of trying to make a G.I. Joe size Thunderhawk, they gave him a backpack. Okay, but I like Annihilator. He's part of the Iron Grenadiers. The backpack alone is just what makes the figure. It's like you can stick it on any of the Cobra or any of the Iron Grenadiers or Dreadnoughts, which I think I did when I was younger. Even though by this time, this was '88, I was going into being a freshman that following year, '88, '89. I was a freshman in high school. So I wasn't playing with the figures as much because I think by the time I was a freshman, I think I set them all up one time, put their weapons on, had them all set up, and it took me 2.5 hours, and I figured, okay, you know what? I think I'm done playing with them. I'll just keep collecting them, and I have. I've not really stopped. I collected vintage, the second gen. I collected most of the moderns. I've gotten few of the retro, and I do want to get some of the Super 7 because they do have some of the ones that were never made in the Hasbro lines. That was cool. Moving on. Thrasher. Thrasher is a cool character. I think I like him more because he has the Thunder Machine. The Thunder Machine is a really cool dreadnought vehicle. It is cool. But Thrasher is cool. He comes with that club. With the spike ball in the center. I think it's supposed to be like a what is that sport? Oh, you guys know what it is. Put a comment down below. I've completely forgot what it's called now. And the fourth one is Monkey Wrench because he's a dreadnought, and I like the dreadnoughts. They were cool. But Monkey Wrench is just cool because he comes with the gun, the Trident gun. And he's and his background on his character that Larry Hama did for his file card was just really interesting. And he was like the fourth dreadnought that was made next to Thrasher. So I mean, those were cool. So moving on to the top 10. Number 10, Zartan. And contrary to what a lot of people think, I actually like Zartan version 2. He looks more like a biker. But since he doesn't change colors and he doesn't have the cool swamp skier or the mask makes himself go to disguise himself, it's version 1 because it's the original Zartan. And I like the idea that he changed his color. And yes, when I was a kid, I did lick it, and it did taste terrible. That I do remember. But I mean, Zartan's just a cool character. And I have the original file card before they reprint it. For anybody wanting to know. Number 9 is the Iron Grenadier themselves, the foot soldiers of Destro's army. I just like the way they look. They look really menacing. And if you saw these guys walking down a street holding their guns and their sword at their side, you would run the other way. There's not much to say about the Iron Grenadiers. They're the basic troop builders for Destro's army. Next is Ripper. Ripper. Because he comes with the jaws of life. Put it in there. And I wish they would have made him be able to open up like they did in the modern version. That would have been cool. But Ripper, one of the original Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts. I don't know why I have a problem saying that today and yesterday. Second is the Poacher of the Dreadnoughts. Gnawgahyde is wild boar and all the equipment he comes with. He looks like a poacher. So I mean, to me, he doesn't fit in with the motorcycle part of the club, but he fits into the mercenary part of what Zartan wanted. So I mean, a mercenary poacher. Next is an Iron Grenadier, Voltar. I like Voltar because him being a different color than what the rest of the Iron Grenadiers were, the red and the black. So he sticks out. He makes himself look like an officer. And he came with a condor. I like his character. His character in the comics was used sparingly. I don't remember him being in any of the Dick episodes. But Iron Grenadier, Dreadnoughts. I think those are the two best groups for allies to Cobra. So the next one is Undertow. Destro's Frogman. Because why not? Any underwater troops. If anybody, people that know me know that I like underwater things. I like the Navy type stuff. And I like air. I love helicopters. I love airplanes. So, I mean, those were my favorite vehicles when I was a kid growing up. And loved the idea that Destro has his own frogman. So, I mean, and he comes with a Barracuda. How can you go wrong with that? Next is my favorite, second to my last favorite Dreadnought, or actually third Dreadnought, is Buzzer. For the simple reason that his file card that Larry Hama created stated that he was super intelligent. He was doing his dissertation on the motorbike gang, and he got disillusioned with money and being rich, so he became a biker. and he joined the Dreadnoks. Unlike in the cartoon where they made him an idiot and hungry for gold, which goes totally against his file card. So I mean, it was cool. And he comes with a chainsaw, a gas can, and a whip blade, a chain blade. So I mean, and my last main Dreadnought, besides Zartan's brother and sister, is Road Pig. I've always liked Road Pig. Liked him when he came out. Liked his orange-skinned one from the Supersonic Fighters. And I liked the idea that he came with a cement block on a stick, a reflex crossbow, a pad to guard himself, and like shoulder pads. He made himself. They made him look kind of like a figure out of Mad Max, basically. So and that was cool because I love the Mad Max movies. Fury Road was awesome. But yeah, no, Road Pig is my all-time favorite non-Zartan family Dreadnought. So I mean, and number 2 is Gold-Faced Destro. Mine's very worn. If anybody knows how to clean this cape, please leave a comment below so I can do it. I know it's a little frayed and it's old and his gold face is wearing out. But Destro, Mars, Iron Grenadiers. So I mean, I like it. I love the Destro character, and when they came out with the Iron Grenadiers, I was like, yes. Especially when they made him the Battle Force 2000 enemy. So I mean, so Destro, he comes with a sword, which is funny since that's the only weapon he comes with, and he's a weapons manufacturer. But I did like his despoiler. That was a cool little thing. It was like his version of an air chariot that you sat in instead of stand. And then the last of the top 10, number 1 favorite non-Cobra Cobra Ally is Zarana. Because she was an interesting character in the cartoon and in the comics. So, and she changes color like her brother and like her brothers did. So I mean, and I have the non-earring one, and unfortunately mine got played with a lot to where her arm at the elbow broke off, or at the joint right here where it's swivel arm broke off, so it had to be glued. So she doesn't have swivel arm battle grip in this arm anymore. And I probably will never replace her because this is my original one that got played with. So I mean, it got memories. So those are my top 10 Cobra Allies, the Dreadnoughts and the Iron Grenadiers. I tried to go through and make it a little bit even. I don't know if I did. Let's see. Okay, there's one Dreadnought more than there is Iron Grenadiers. But I like all the Iron Grenadiers, but these are my 4 favorite ones. And these are my 6 favorite Dreadnoughts. Mind you, I do like all the Dreadnoughts too, and I wish they would have made a Zanya in modern, or in O-ring form. I know that she didn't come out in the comics until later, and it was in the non-canon non-Larry Hama comics that she came out in. But she is a cool character, Zartan having a daughter. Kind of cool. But these are the top 10 figures with their honorable mentions. Thank you for watching. Like I said yesterday, I will be doing if you from the East Coast, around New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, in that area, you'll know the Hess Corporation, Hess Trucks. I grew up in New Jersey. My dad worked for Hess for a little while when I was a kid. Got the Hess Trucks on Christmas under the tree. So, but those will be another video. So I'll be doing the ones of the Hess trucks that I have, and the ones that I do want, and they're clones from other oil companies and gas companies. So stay tuned for that one. I'm not sure when that one will come out. Maybe I'll try to get it done this weekend, or I may do it next Monday or Tuesday. But thank you. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Check out my channel, or check out my other videos. Check out my YouTube or my website. Thank you, and enjoy, and have a good weekend.